Hey, it's LSFT here today, and today we're here to look at the North American sales for May 2023. And now, let's get to it. So when we look at the UX has not been a good year at all this year. You can see that there's no breaking months, and we're about 5,790, which is still good. It's better than last year 2022 because before end of June, we're still seeing more than double, like more than half of 2022's numbers. But when you look at 17,000, we're far away. Because even if they achieve 1,000-ish units, that'll be about 7,000 units up to June. And when you multiply that by 2, that'll just be 14,000 units. So UX probably needs a refresh, it looks like, right? We move over to the IS. IS is again very similar. It's been a very stable sales vehicle because if you look at it, 2021 they did almost 22,000. 2022 they did 21,300, which is a little bit under. And now when you look at 2023, they did not break any sales records of any month. But then we have one more month to go to the mid-year, and if they do about, let's say, 2,000, that'll bring it to about 11,000 units, and then you multiply that by 2, you'll get 22,000. So the 22,000 seems to be a benchmark that they've been setting. They're not selling more, they're not selling less, and I think that is actually a positive sign already. Let's now move over down to the ES. The ES seems to be struggling. I think probably it does need a refresh, but if you look at it, no breaking months, and looking at 15,844, one more month of another 3,000-ish, I'll bring it to 19,000, and you multiply that by 2, that doesn't even reach 40,000. So it seems like it's continuously sliding. That's unfortunate. Moving over to the NX. So the NX. January, February was an extremely good month. A lot of vehicles broke all the records. But March, April, May. So May, it did not break the record. Unfortunate, but again, it's not too far off. It's about 200 units off from 2021, which is the previous model year, and much better than 2022 because look at it, it's actually doubled last year's output. So looking at 27,113 units seems to be quite reasonable. When you add another month, let's say another 6,000 units, that'll bring it to about 33,000. You multiply that by 2, that will be 66,000. If you look upwards, there is really no other year that they've sold over 60,000 here. So if this can be done, it's a breaking year for the NX. So before I move down to the RX, I'm going to scroll down to the NX, and you look at here. So we did achieve in 2018 62,000. So if we do 3366, this still will meet the 2018 numbers and a little bit higher. So we'll have to see if that will actually be achieved. So let's go back to the RX. They in May did not break any records, I would say, in total sales, because you can see 12,950 seems to be the highest of these 5 years. But if you look at it, they've actually achieved similar to last month, April, 10,869, and now May, 10,737. It seems like it's compensating the last 2 months of November and December. But now looking at it, it seems to be a good year because now 47,000. If they sell another 10,000 for June, that'll be 57,000. Then you multiply that by 2, that'll be 114,000, which breaks the 2019 record and very close to the 2021 numbers. So seems like there's a lot of resources, a lot of sales for the RX, and it's a new model year. So it needs to shine, right? I think they're going to be achieving it. Alright, move to the right, the LS. LS, low selling model, 1,000 right now. Even if we sell another 200, we're only looking at around about the same numbers for 2022, 2,600 and whatever. I would say the current LS is a 2018 new year, right? So it's in 5 years into their model. Probably we should be seeing something coming out for the LS. I don't know if they'll continue with the LS, but I'm hoping they do, because that's what created this whole brand. And hopefully an electrified or a battery electric LS. We'll have to see. Move down to the LC. LC, another low volume, 700 units now, 128 in May. I think we're looking at 2022 numbers as well. Alright, GX. So the new GX is coming, right? So sales, will they go down? Maybe. The demand is lower? Maybe. But maybe some people are saying, I like the old GX, the old V8, right? So maybe the sales will go up because they want the old technology. So selling 2,216 in May doesn't break any major records, better than 2022, but not as good as 2021. 10,886 units year to date, and even if we add another 2,200, which makes it about 13,000, and you multiply that by 2, that'll be 26,000. Doesn't seem to break any records, just a little bit higher than 2019. So the GX, but again, the new GX is coming. Will that change the whole numbers? We'll have to see. And then we go down to the LX. The LX came out in 2022 as a brand new model, and then the supply, the chips have really killed it off, right? But now we're seeing good numbers here. January was not a good year, a good month, but then February, March, April, and even now May, breaking sales numbers, right? 605 units. Of this 5 years, you haven't seen that. 200 extra units came in, even comparing to last year. And then when we look at June, July, probably we're going to be seeing similar numbers coming down the road. And when you look at it, we're at May, 2,953. That's not too far from last year. So we may be seeing extremely good numbers for the LX this year. If we add, let's say, just 500 units to about 3,500, multiply that by 2, that's 7,000 units a year. So I think if the trend continues, the LX is going to be a good year. Moving over, RC, another low volume, like even less than the LC. So 143, not appealing at all. These numbers just don't look nice. 677. Even if we add another 100, 800 units times 2 is only 1,600. Really time for a refresh here, right? I think it's time for either killing it off or a brand new BEV model or something will have to replace the RC. And then same thing as last month. I think probably by end of next month, I probably would get better numbers here. But looking at it, 302 was my guesstimate because I know the total number for April and I took all the numbers and that was the delta. And now same formula, we're looking at 349 units. So that's also a guesstimate of how many RZs have been sold. So looking at 836 units. And when you look at this, even though this is the worst BEV people are saying in the market, it still sells better than the RC, LC. So it's not too bad, right? I think some people would still enjoy the RZ and they only need it for an in-city car, and maybe that's why it will actually still sell not hotcakes, but enough. So then we look at total 27,000, not the best compared to 2021, but still not bad when you compare 2022, 2020, and all the other years. So this looks like a good year at this point. So 122,000. If we add another 20 something thousand to it, let's say it go to about 150, multiply that by 2, we'll probably be reaching 300,000 units. So we'll have to see if all the units are going to be better, and if we're going to see if other models coming in help the numbers. We'll have to see by end of year, are we going to break the 304,000 units in 2023. Alright, now moving over to Toyota Canada. Now we're definitely looking at Lexus, right? So let's see what we have here. So Toyota Canada releases May sales results, and they're saying that they're recording electrified vehicle sales representing 47.4% of the overall sales in May 2023. And it seems like it's a trend here, right? It says now record May for Lexus. And also made in Canada vehicles led the way. I think last month it was exactly the same. So let's look here. It says record-setting electrified vehicle sales led the way for Toyota Canada Incorporated in May, representing 47.4% overall sales, and that is 10,309 units. And that actually is both Toyota and Lexus. But then they're saying that they both saw a record electrified vehicles uptake last month. Well, of course, right? Because they are issuing more hybrids and more options for hybrids as well, right? So, electrified vehicles represent 56.3% of all Lexus sales units sold in May 2023, and the NX Hybrid, Plug-in Hybrid, UX Hybrid, RX Hybrid all setting May sales records. Notable, May marked the start of sales for the RZ, the first BEV for the Lexus brand. Alright, so that is quite interesting because when I looked at last month's, the numbers didn't add up properly, and I put some numbers for the RZ. So I don't know what the numbers are going to be looking at, right? Because there were some numbers for the RZ for last month, but now they're saying May is actually the first month that they are selling the RZ. I haven't seen any RZs on the road at all in Ontario here, right? So who knows? Then they say that Toyota is 46% electrified, and they're saying that the RAV4 Hybrid, the Prime, and the Corolla Hybrid are leading the sales records. So let's scroll down here. Now they're saying that record May for Lexus. So Lexus has recorded a May selling 3,015 units, up 18.7% from May 2022. And the Toyota division, 18,721 units, is actually down 9%. So overall, they're still down 5.9% with 21,000 units sold. So good numbers for Lexus, not as good for Toyota. Then they say Toyota and Lexus vehicles assembled in Canada led the way in May. They're saying the best-selling passenger vehicle in Canada is the RAV4, and that's up 5%. And the RAV4 Hybrid is up 40.7%. Wow, that's a big number. And LexusNX RX also saw record May sales, including records for the respective hybrid versions. Yes, so the NX and the RX is definitely doing very well. And even the gas-only and the hybrid versions are doing well as well. Unfortunately, that's all they have in this press release, and they don't provide the breakdown of the models. So I have to switch back to my spreadsheet and see what this means comparing to the previous months and the previous years. Alright, so I'm back down to my spreadsheet, and again, I don't think these numbers, I don't have any numbers up to March. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get that information soon and be able to provide more details by the breakdown. But the only numbers I have is really the total sales, which is 3,015. But when you compare here, it definitely is a much better trend here, right? Because for Lexus Canada, the first 5 months, it's been a record-breaking year. Every month has been above normal. So 13,326 units. So 13,326 units, and let's say we add another about 3,000 units. So that's 16,000 units. So 16,000 multiplied that by 2 will bring you 32,000 units. And I think Lexus Canada has never seen 32,000 units sold. So hoping, crossing fingers, that Lexus Canada can break the record here. And it does look like that is happening. And some of it could be actually because of 2022. Because 2022, when you look at it, everybody said it was a bad year, but Lexus Canada sold 25,000 units. That's only a little bit under their breaking numbers of the past 5 years. So 2023 looks like the trend of 2023, it's gonna go bizarre. it will definitely break records here. If we look at here, 2022 in total, that was only 10,000 units, so there are 3,000 units above 2022. And 2021, which is the better year, that's 9,000 units, so they're way above that as well. And then let's go here and look at 2019, 10,000 units, 2018, 9,000 units. They have 3,000 units in their pockets right now. So definitely they already have one extra month of sales in their pockets. So Lexus Canada will be breaking records this year. So there we have it, the May US and Canada sales. Hopefully this information will help you. You'll be able to see the trending and hopefully see that your vehicle is actually coming, because the numbers are showing Toyota and Lexus is recovering, especially Lexus in Canada. And even if you look at the United States, the numbers don't look that bad. Japan Lexus owners, they're getting their cars like in no time, it seems. The numbers are flying off the roof there. So hopefully next month when we go back to these numbers, we'll see other breaking months. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, and share this video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that alert button to get notified when new videos are posted. If you'd like to support the channel, you can definitely provide a super thanks. I'll see you guys again next time in the next video.